Hello and welcome to another video. I'm now into my first, Almeria was my first European race, but my first European stage race is coming up with Tirreno Adriatico. And I'm packing my rain bags. Rain bags are something that we have as pros. They are situated in the cars that follow the race, Team Car 1, Team Car 2. If it's just a one-day race, then there's only one car, so there's only one bag. And I'm going to run you through just packing them, because we've got my two new bags for this year, the Scicon rain bags, which is brilliant because everything's very well marked out. And that's going to be a clear message across this video, is why we have a rain bag, what's in it, what's needed. Now, we'll start with why we have a rain bag. And the name's a little bit misleading because it's not just for rain. It's for a lot of eventualities. One being rain, one being cold, one being like a rapid change of weather. And for me as well, a little bit of forgetfulness. I put in a rain bag what there's a chance I will forget to bring to the race as well, which are mostly little things. It's mainly mitts. I usually forget my mitts. So I'm going to run you through what's in rain bag 1 and what's in rain bag 2, because it's quite different, because rain bag 2 generally means I'm not in the race and rain bag 1 means I am, and why we've got what we've got in each bag. So I hope you find it informative, whether you are an aspiring pro rider that could be in this situation, or whether you're just interested in what is carried in the back of the car. So yeah, here we go. So these are the rain bags. There's number 1 and number 2. Both of them obviously got our names on for easy access. They go in the boot of the car that follows the race. They're from Scicon. I don't know where Scicon's logo is, but it's here somewhere. There we go. So you got your warmers, arm warmers, knee warmers, leg warmers, neck warmers, hats, gloves, jackets and vests, and jerseys and shorts, and then shoes and other bits go in here, and I put my overshoes in the netting bit at the back here, so I'll load these up. Right, we're gonna start with bag number 1. We'll start at the top. Spare shoes, the shiny editions. Now, shoes are the most important item that you'll have in this bag. Generally, every other item you can beg, borrow or steal from your teammates, but your shoes you cannot. Obviously, different brand, different size, different cleat position, sometimes different cleats, custom inner soles as well. So really, it is so crucial that if there's nothing else in your bag, there's got to be a spare pair of shoes. So that's the main focus of the rain bag. Really, it should be called the shoe bag plus other equipment. Long sleeves, we'll start with. Long sleeves are a rain long sleeve and a thin long sleeve. I haven't gone for a thermal long sleeve in the rain bag because, I mean, it is semi-thermal, it's not like thermal, just because if I'm using car 1, I'm still very much in the race. And you know, it's going to be cold, but it's probably not going to be that cold. Move on to the short sleeve jerseys. We've got a Gabba style jacket, like a waterproofish, windproofish, thermalish, very popular style jacket that Ginga make. I don't know Ginga's actual name for it, but it's very good. A spare short sleeve jersey. Spare short sleeve jersey is mainly for if you crash. So if things get ripped to shreds, you can put a fresh jersey on. Mitts, like I said before, that's because I usually forget them. I don't think in my whole career I've changed mitts during a bike race. They are there solely for when I forget to bring them to the race. Sleeveless gilets or sleeveless jerseys, whichever you want to call them. We've got a thermal one here and a windproof one here. Gilets go well in races, not so much in training for me, but more of a fan of the thermal one than the windproof one. And this isn't specific to Ginga, this is all windproof material. I just find I sweat in it, but can be quite useful if it's raining, because it's that windproof material also. Even if it's wet, you don't get the chill of the rain, I find. So we'll move back. We've got here, very important spare pair of shorts. It's rare that I'll forget to bring shorts to a race, but these are mainly for if you crash and you're in a state of indecency. Thankfully, touch wood, never happened in my career, but it has happened, so you can pop on a fresh pair of shorts in the middle of a race after a crash and keep your dignity. 2 pairs of gloves, the Velotoes neoprene gloves, which are very, very warm. The Ginga kind of neoprene-ish. I honestly, I don't know what they're made of, but they're brilliant. They're thin. I seem to be able to use them in almost all weathers. I'm a big fan of these. Knee warmers. Now, I haven't got leg warmers in this bag for the same reason I haven't got a thermal long sleeve. I don't feel like I'll need to put leg warmers on in a race from car 1. So I've got the knee warmer. Now some pros will get their kit issue, get their knee warmers, and by the end of the year they'll still have their tags on, because some guys, it's completely personal preference, think they are a pointless item of clothing. For me, I love them. Spare arm warmers, another item I'll often forget, but also an item that's probably the first item that gets put on when it's cold and you go back to the car. Spare pair of glasses, Sycon's like rain edition glasses with a little visor thing on them. And undervests, and the same theme here, I've gone for thin undervests. Got a short sleeve and 2 different sleeveless undervests. Probably won't be putting these on at any point in this career, at any point in this year, touch wood, but useful to have if I also forget anything. And lastly, overshoes and toe warmers, both kind of neoprene material. And there'd probably be some proper velo toes that go in. How I would put them on in a race, I have no idea, but they're there just in, no, they'll be in bag 2 just in case things get like wild. If you're putting velo toes on mid-race, it's quite a race you've got into. So that's bag 1. Bag 2 is interesting because probably if you're using bag 2, it's either been in a very big accident and the race has continued and you're now just like getting to the finish, or more commonly it's on a mountain day and you're in the, I'm in the gruppetto and it's a case of like just getting to the finish. So there's more of a sense of warmth in bag number 2 than there is like racing. So yeah, here we go. Obviously, as I've said before, first things first, spare pair of bonts, same reasons as bag 1. Now here's the first difference. Whereas we went for thin long sleeve and a rain jacket, here we've got rain jacket and 2 different thick long sleeves. And they're more, I like to call them apocalypse jackets for when the weather is apocalyptic. Not aero, not like, they are comfortable and warm, but they're very much made for getting yourself to the finish rather than being in a bike race. If you're putting these things on, you're not in the race, you're not racing. You are fighting to get to the finish. So yeah, here we have, the back one is a rain jacket. This is a thinner Gabba long sleeve. And here's Jinga's like proper apocalypse jacket. It's super warm, very thermal, quite waterproof as well, and just really will get you out of trouble in any condition. Sleeveless, same deal as these are 2 types of sleeveless. I actually forgot the Gabba style sleeveless, so I'll be bringing that to the next race. I'll just have to go without here. Windproof and thermal. The leg warmers to bag 1's knee warmers, again, unzipped for like easy, fast access. Velo toes, gloves, because they are just very good in like deep cold, and a spare set of gloves as well. Spare set of socks, and there'll be a spare set of socks in this bag as well. I just, again, didn't bring enough with me. I will be putting a long sleeve undervest in here, but I used it today in training, so once it's back from the wash, it'll go in. But yeah, 3 different types of undervest there, and one will be a very thermal long sleeve. And spare jersey, there will be a spare pair of shorts. There isn't right now, but there will be. And some overshoes and a set of velo toes. So very much a bit more of a focus on thermal. In bag 2, honestly, if I'm touch and go whether it should go in or not, it goes in. And in bag 1 is a little bit, you have to think of the mechanics like rushing around in the back of a car trying to get to an item, and you're like, I want the medium weight long sleeve like Gabba, and there's 3 different types of long sleeve. It can be a little bit confusing. So in bag 1, obviously have more than I need in there, but certainly trying to keep it simple to get exactly the right garment that you need taken out for when you need it. That's my rain bags. The one thing I have forgotten is any kind of headwear, but luckily we had a load of Sycon stuff delivered. Sycon, I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced, but what they have done is delivered plenty of buffs. So I will put a few of these in for spare headwear in both bags, and neckwear as well. So there's, yeah, I'll put 2 in each. There's the last little thing that I've forgotten. Honestly, this YouTube video has been real useful because I've gone through this more thoroughly than I would do any other year. And pointing out some things that I've missed already. So yeah, specific to me, my medication goes in the car as well. Not in my rain bags because it has to be kept cold. It's in with the bidons. So my haemophilia medication is also in the back of normally the second car because I never want my medication to be ahead of me in the race. Generally, if I need my medication, things have really gone south in a race. Like I'm on the floor and in a bit of trouble and jumping into an ambulance rather than back into the peloton. So the medication will be in the second bag. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to now pack these bags up and hand them to the soigneurs, and then they will remain like this for the season. And you just have to be very vigilant because sometimes other bike riders are thieves. So it does well to check these every race because every so often someone will be like, oh, I forgot this item. Like, can you just take it out of like Rick's bag? And then it just doesn't kind of make it back. My name isn't on everything. All the custom clothing, like the long sleeves, I think my name's on everything there, but on everything else it's not. So as soon as it goes in the wash, there's a real problem and you have to fish it out the next day. So you do have to stay very vigilant with your rain bags because it's sod's law. When you don't and you need something, it's not going to be there. So yeah, rain bags, little niche part of pro cycling. Thanks for watching and see you next time.